Welcome back again, grade 8. Ready for another amazing discussion? But before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Joke lang po, di ba tayo vlogger pero malay nyo naman someday. I'm still your ever curious science buddy, Sir Wawi, and today we're diving into another fun and mind-blowing field in biology. Are you excited, guys? You better be, because science just got a little weirder, wilder, and more. Wowie! Let's go. So, our topic for today is about classification system. Okay, so I hope that you already moved on from our previous topic about genetics. Hindi naman totally move on, nakakalimutan ano. So, what I mean is, let's get the focus and attention for this topic. Ano, hopefully naman is na-master natin or we already know how to cross or to use the monohybrid Punnett square and the dihybrid Punnett square. Ano po? So, this time we will explore another field of biology, which is taxonomy. Okay, so let's read the learning competency of this lesson. Describe the importance of the six kingdom system and the three domain system of classification of living things. So, mainly the focus of this topic is for the six kingdom system and three domain system. So for our learning objectives, determine the scientific names of each organism. So magbibigay lamang po ako ng selected organism for us to give the scientific names of each ano, but scientific names and classification of organism will be further discussed in the next lesson. So kumbaga dito lang sa lesson na to preparatory, and we will explore more about the kingdoms and the domain system. Second, classify each organism based on the hierarchical taxonomic system of classification. And then classify the selected organism based on the six kingdom classification system. Okay, so paano ba natin nakaklassify whether they are animals, plants, bacteria, or fungi? Ano, so titingnan natin doon. And for the next one, acquaint students with the three-domain classification system of common organisms and enhance their understanding of biological diversity and classification principles. Okay? So, dito rin malalaman din natin mga anak kung paano ba nakaklasify, pinapangalanan yung mga organism and how they are grouped in a particular kingdoms. Okay, ano ba yung mga basis na ginagawa ng mga scientist or taxonomist? Ano? So, next. Okay, so we are through for the learning objectives. Now, are you ready for the formal activity? Ayan, so yung sa ibang teacher, pwede kayo mag-conduct ng review ano sa ating genetics. And for our activity number 1, titled 4 Picks 1 Word Science Edition. So for our objectives, guess the science term based on the 4 related pictures. We have our PowerPoint presentation. For our instructions, look at the 4 pictures. So gawin natin yung bases. Meron din po tayong mga jumbled letters para madali din nyo ding mahulaan kung ano yung word. And then they all point to one vocabulary word. Write the correct word and give a simple definition. Ayan, meron din po tayong clue dito para mas mapadali kasi I know you're not still familiar with these words. Okay, so here we have a 4 picture. What can you see in a picture? We have our DNA, a horse, a zebra, and a family. So for our clue, what do we call a group that includes closely related animals like the zebras and horses? Okay, correct. It's genus. Okay, so for the next word, we have a bird here, a clownfish, a lion, and a dog. They may look similar but they are different kinds. What do we call each kind? Ano yung word na kind? Okay, so correct. It's species. Ayan, so ang gagaling naman ninyo. So the next one. Okay, meron tayo ditong mga dogs, a checklist, and the person. Sino to? Ano? Papatanong tayo sino kaya siya. So, for our clue, it helps us organize living things in a big science chart. What do you call this system? Correct. It's taxonomy. Ayan. So, next, what about this one? We have a crown, a lion, okay, a king might, pwedeng king, a kingdom, or a palace, rather. Okay, so for our clue, all living things belong to large groups of animals, plants, fungi. What is that group called? Ayan, na-mention ko tuloy yung word, ano, it's a kingdom. Ayan. So next, what about this one? Okay, it's like a family tree, a microscope, a scientist talking, a group of different types of animals. So for our clue, it shows how living things are related like a family tree. What do you call that science? Okay, it's correct. Systematics. Ayan. So, let's explore more about those vocabulary, the genus, species, taxonomy, kingdom, and systematics. So, let's start with the word genus. Okay, for genus, it's a group of related species. Grupo daw ng mga related species. Like, for example, this one, we have domestic cat, jungle cat, African wild cat, sand cat, black-footed cat. They are related species. They are closely alike. Okay, but they're different. Okay, so they share the same genus. Like for example, house cat, Felis catus, jungle cat, Felis chos, African wild cat, Felis libica, sun cat, Felis margarita, black-footed cat, Felis nigripes. Okay, so yung ating mga binasa ko, yung mga may Felis, Felis catus, Felis chos, they are scientific names of each organism. Kung mapapansin natin, meron silang similarities. The first word, which is known as Felis. So the word Felis is an example of genus for a group of related species. Ito yung mga small cats. Okay. Pero, they are different species but they are related. Ano? So ito yung mga small cats. Ang kanila, scientifically, yung kanilang genus ay Felis. But if you are going to ask me, sir, may mga cats din po like lions, leopard, they are big cats. Sir, yun din po ba ay parehas ang kanilang genus dito sa mga small cats? No. Different po yung kanilang genus. Actually, ang genus po ng mga lion, tiger, and leopard, pantera po. Okay, especially sa mga big cats. Okay, different po sila sa mga domestic cat, yung mga small cats. Ano? So, yung genus po nila, it's like a surname or last name natin. Okay, for example, sa tao, ang apelyido ay Santiago, De La Cruz. Okay, madaming De La Cruz pero iba't iba. Okay. So again, genus is a group of related species. Next one, we have the word species. One or more group or groups of natural population wherein individuals interbreed. When we say interbreed, they reproduce and are reproductively isolated from the other groups. So for to visualize your idea about species, let's say dogs, they are same species. Cats, they are same species. But dog and cats is a different species. Okay, nakukuha ba kung ano ba yung species? We humans is an example of species. A tiger is an example of species. Okay, so next, what about the word taxonomy? So here, taxonomy is the science that deals with naming, describing, identifying, and classifying organism. So, ito yung science na nagne-name ng mga organism, especially for newly discovered organism, nagda-describe, nagka-classify, kung saan sila kabilang ng mga group. Okay, sila ba ay plants, sila ba ay animals, how a particular organism is group or classified. Ano? So, the father of taxonomy is Carolus Linnaeus. Siya yung tinawag na father of taxonomy because he developed the binomial nomenclature. So, anong po sir yung binomial nomenclature? Okay, the word binomial means two names and nomenclature means system of naming. So, for example, a house cat, meron siyang scientific name na Felis catus. The scientific name is the universal or the standard name of a particular organism. Ginagamit natin yung scientific names para magkaroon tayo ng organization, especially sa mga organism. Like for example, then tayo, meron tayong iba't ibang language. May mga language barriers tayo. So, itong mga scientists, pag let's say nakaka-encounter ng ibang scientist, for example, ang ginagamit nila ay yung standard name ng organism. Okay, hindi po yung halimbawa sa mga sa atin sa Pilipino, ang tawag natin sa house cat, pusa. Okay, hindi naman natin pwedeng gamitin yung word na yon sa ibang bansa. So, para mas may uniformity, o yan, the word uniformity, okay, ginagamit natin ang scientific names. Okay, which is yung two names ng bawat organism is naka-anchor doon sa binomial nomenclature. Hindi rin po tayo basta-basta nagpapangalan. Kahit pasabihin natin na ikaw yung nakadiscover ng specific organism, hindi rin po natin yun basta-basta papangalanan na paparehas natin sa pangalan natin. No. Okay, may basis doon. Okay. Next, what about the word systematics? Scientific study of the diversity of organism under evolutionary relationship. Systematics is the bigger picture. It includes naming, grouping, and also studying their history and how they evolve. So doon sa taxonomy, if we're going to observe, yun po is science lang na nagka-classify, nag-name, nag-group ng mga organism. Dito sa systematics, it's a broader field compared to taxonomy. Kasi bukod sa pag-name, group, okay, itong ating systematic, they also study how a particular evolve or a particular organism evolved through time. Paano ba nag-evolve yung isang organism? Like for example, the chicken, diba? The chicken, we believe that chicken evolved from dinosaurs. Okay. Especially from theropods, a group of dinosaurs. So, yun yung pinaka-example doon. Okay, sa systematics. Mas broad ito compare sa taxonomy. Next. Ayan, the word kingdom. Okay, actually, meron tayong, 6 kingdom. Okay. Okay, when we say kingdom, level of classification consisting of smaller group called phyla. So, meron tayong 6 kingdom. Nandito nakikita natin yung first 3 kingdoms, the kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia, and kingdom Fungi. Okay, so isa-isahin muna natin to. So, for kingdom Animalia, animals. Okay, they are group of animals. They can move. Paano ba na natin i-describe ang Animalia? They can move, they eat food, they cannot make their own food. But to be clear on that, may mga animals naman na hindi nakakagalaw or considered non-motile. So, pag sinabi natin they can move, they are motile. They have the ability to move. Okay. Pero ngayon, sabi ko, may mga animals na hindi nakakagalaw or non-motile or sisile. Like, for example, yung sponges, corals, they are animals pero hindi sila nakakagalaw. Okay. So, examples ng animals, dogs, cats, birds, humans. Think, if it moves and eats, it's an animal. Okay? So, kingdom Animalia. Madali lang naman nating maklasify yan kung yan ay animals. So, second, kingdom Plantae. So, a group of plants or the kingdom of plants. They make their own food using sunlight through the process of what? Correct. Photosynthesis. They do not move from place to place. Non-motile po ang ating mga plants. Okay? Hindi sila nakakagalaw tulad ng mga tao na nakakalipat-lipat. So, example, trees, flowers, grass. Okay, think. If it's green and doesn't move, it's a plant. Okay, next for kingdom fungi, the group of fungus. Okay, they do not move. They absorb food from dead things or decaying matter. So, itong mga fungi na to, they depend on decaying matter. They feed on decaying matter. They are not green and do not make their own food. Example, mushroom, molds, yeast. Okay. So, tinanong ko kayo nung previous discussion about mushroom, diba? Especially sa plant transport system, nung nag-aano pa tayo ng plants. Tinanong ko kayo doon na, do you think that mushroom is an example of plants? Okay. So, nasagot naman natin na hindi, especially meron siyang isang hindi nagagawa, hindi siya nakakagawa or do not make their own food. Hindi sila nag-undergo in photosynthesis. So, doon palang bagsak na. Okay, that's why mushroom is classified or belong to kingdom fungi. Think, it grows like a plant, but it's not a plant. It's a fungus. Okay, next, we have kingdom protista. Okay, so dito naman, yung pang-apat, pang-lima naman is kingdom eubacteria. The next one is kingdom archaebacteria. Okay, so for kingdom protista, okay, they are known as the misfits. When we say misfits, hindi sila nagsuswak or hindi sila pwedeng i-classify na animals, pero parang animal sila. Hindi sila pwedeng i-classify na plant, pero parang plant sila. Hindi sila pwedeng i-classify na fungi, pero parang fungi sila. Kaya tinawag silang misfits. So, kung hindi natin sila kayang i-classify doon sa first three kingdoms, Okay, nandito sila pasok sa kingdom Protista or known as the Protist. They are very small and simple. Some make their own food like the algae or the green algae. Some eat other things. Okay, they don't really belong to plants, animals, or fungi but are a little like them. Okay, kumbaga ito ay parang mga manggagaya, mga impostora, pero hindi talaga sila animals, hindi sila plants, at hindi rin naman sila fungi. Okay, examples po ng mga protists, we have amoeba, algae, paramecium. So think, it looks strange and doesn't fit the others. It's a protist. So for the fifth kingdom, we have kingdom Eubacteria or the true bacteria. So dito sabi dyan na some are helpful. Okay, these are the common bacteria found almost everywhere on your skin, in soil, in food, and even in our internal organs. So nabanggit natin, okay, may mga bacteria tayo sa loob ng katawan, especially in our large intestine, ano? Okay, kasama sila doon. Okay, may mga good bacteria na helpful, may mga bad bacteria that can make you sick, very small. Okay, example, E. coli, bacteria in yogurt. Okay, think regular bacteria we see every day, it's a eubacteria. Next, the last one we have, kingdom Archaebacteria, ancient bacteria. Okay, ang kaibahan nga lang dito sa eubacteria, they live in extreme places like hot springs, salty lakes, or volcanoes. Kumbaga itong mga organism na to, they tend to thrive in harsh places. Talagang sa mga imposible na parang iniisip natin imposible may organism. Like for example, sa volcanoes, salty lakes, acidic environment, yung feeling natin walang mabubuhay na organism, meron pala. Okay, especially yung Archaebacteria. Also very small. Example po nila is bacteria found in deep sea vents, bacteria that live in harsh places. It's Archaebacteria. Yun lamang ang tatandaan natin dun sa six kingdoms. Ano nga ulit yung six kingdoms? Kingdom Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, Eubacteria, and Archaebacteria. Ayan, so fun talk with the originals of life. Okay, so the six kingdom classification system is proposed by Carl Woese, an American microbiologist and cell biologist in the 1970s. Based on the analysis of ribosomal RNA, sequences, Woose discovered significant genetic differences between certain bacterial groups. His findings led to the recognition of the archaea as a distinct domain. Okay, so si Carl Woose po pala nag-propose ng six kingdom classification, ano, and then the three domain system of life. Ano, next, ayan, so for this one, we will have a fun talk with the six kingdom. So, meron akong prepare dito na isang question kada. Okay, kada kingdom. So, let's start with Kingdom Animalia. Okay, sabi dyan, what are the characteristics of Kingdom Animalia that make it different from the others? What do you think? Ano ba yung characteristics ng animals na kakaibas doon sa rest of the kingdom? Okay, correct. Animals eat food, can move, have no cell wall, are multicellular, and usually have a nervous system, all of which make them different from plants, fungi, bacteria, and protists. Tayong mga animals, they eat food. We eat food rather. We eat food. Can move. Nakaka-move tayo. We're motile. Have no cell wall in our cell. Multicellular. When we say multicellular, we are composed of two or more cells or more than marami tayong cells sa katawan. Yun po yung ating mga katangian animals. And we have nervous system. Okay, maraming mga small animals or let's say mga simple animals but they have still nervous system. Okay, for example, yung one of the what do you call this? Isa sa mga magagaling na organism, the octopus. Okay. So, sabi ng mga scientists, ang octopus kasi is kaya nilang mag-solve ng mga difficult problems or makapag-manipulate. For example, yung nakasarado yung vessel, kaya nilang i-manipulate or mabuksan. Yun yung pinaka kaibang katangian ng mga octopus. Aside from this one, they can also camouflage. Okay? To they can mimic, okay, their environment as a defense mechanism or pwede ring ginagamit nila to um, survive para makakain or makakuha ng mga prey. Okay. Another, meron pa ba tayo? All of which make them different from plants, fungi, bacteria, and protists. Okay. So, animals. Ayan. Next, what about the next one, Plantae or plants? Okay, what is the mode of nutrition among organisms that belong to kingdom Plantae? Paano ba nagsusurvive ang mga plants? Ano yung mode of survival nila? Sabi dyan, plants make their own food through the process of called photosynthesis. So, in the process of photosynthesis, they use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to make food, syempre. So, they are called autotrophs. When we say autotrophs, this organism depend on light. Ayan. So, next. Okay, so for the next one, we have question for fungi. Ayan. So, how do structure of fungi differ from those of plants? Okay, fungi do not have leaves, stems, or roots like plants. Wala silang ano. They also do not make their own food. Instead, fungi absorb nutrients from dead things or other living things. Okay, their bodies are made of tiny thread-like parts called hyphae. Okay, so yung hyphae po, yun yung parts ng mga fungi kung saan yun yung ginagamit nila to absorb what do you call this, to absorb nutrients. Okay, they tend to depend on decaying matter. Ayan. Next, we also have protista. Okay, what is the unique characteristics of a protist? Ano ba yung unique characteristics ng protist? Ayan, so sabi dyan, they can act like animals, like plants or fungi, but they are not any of those. Some protists can move like animals, especially the protozoans. Some can make their own food, like plants, especially the green algae, and others absorb nutrients like fungi. So most of them live in water and are microscopic. Okay, so ito yung mga protists natin. Ano? So animal-like, plant-like, fungi-like. So pero hindi sila ganun. Ano? Nag-share sila ng katangian ng plants, animals, fungi, pero hindi sila pwedeng i-classify as animal, as plants, or as fungi. Okay. But thankfully, meron silang own kingdom, which is the kingdom Protista. Next, we have eubacteria. Ayan, what makes eubacteria special? Eubacteria are super small and live almost everywhere, even in your tummy. Some are good and help us, and some can make us sick. They're so simple, they don't even have a nucleus. So in their cell, eubacteria is considered as prokaryotes, or when we say prokaryotes, they only have one cell. Okay, so ano pa ba yung pwede natin i-share? Eubacteria is classified according to their shapes. Pwede natin silang i-classified as cocci, bacilli, or spirilla. Okay, depending on their shape. Okay, may mga good and may mga bad bacteria. Next, the last one, we have Archaebacteria. So what is the common cell type among organisms that belong to the kingdom Archaebacteria? Okay, organisms in the kingdom Archaebacteria are made of prokaryotic cells. This means that their cells do not have a nucleus. They are very simple and tiny, but they can live in extreme places like hot springs or salty water. So parang bacteria din sila, pero yung kaibahan nga lang is they live in extreme environments or harsh environments. Yung sinabi ko nga kanina na parang walang mabubuhay, pero doon sila nagtathrive. Okay. Next. Ayan. So, for our second activity, Three Truths and a Lie, Taxonomy Edition. So, itong ating second activity, okay, meron po tayong 3 truths. Okay, kumbaga, meron tayong 3 totoo doon, pero may isang mali. At yun yung hahanapin natin. So, test students' understanding of the main kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species, and scientific name by spotting the false statement among 4. We have our PowerPoint presentation. Form 2 groups. Okay, so teachers, pwede tayong yung side na lang na to, or yung side na to, yung 2 groups, or pwedeng boys and girls. Depende sa atin, or kung gusto niyo magpabilang pa kayo. So, for our instruction, read the 4 statement for a word aloud or display on the board. Students discuss and decide which one is the lie. Okay, yung group magdi-discuss kung saan ang totoo, lie doon sa apat. After each correct answer, give a box, literal or virtual. So after magkaroon ng sagot, let's say, yung first group nakatama. Okay, meron akong ibibigay na box na virtual dito sa PowerPoint and sila yung magde-decide whether to keep the box or give the box to the other group. Kasi yung box na yun may laman na reward. Whether a good reward or a bad reward. Okay, so kung sino yung group na makakatama, sila yung magde-decide. Pero let's say, turn ng group 1 na mali sila. Okay, yung group number 2 yung magde-decide kung give the box or keep the box. Okay, so next, the box contains either plus points or minus points. The group that loses will perform the simple dance trend Salamin Salamin by Beanie. So optional naman yung ating let's say yung malulus na group. Depende yon kasi sa aking mga bata, go na go, mag-TikTok, go na go, sayaw-sayaw. Okay, magsasayaw kung ano. So anyway, so are you ready? So let's start. So for the word domain, meron tayong 4 description. So hahanapin natin dito yung lie. Okay, so basahin natin yung A. Domain is the highest taxonomic rank, grouping organism by cellular and genetic structure. B. Domain is the smallest group in classification. C. Domains include groups like bacteria and eukarya. D. Domain groups organisms with fundamental cellular differences. So, saan dyan yung lie? Okay, so ayan. So, yung letter A po natin is the truth. Domain is the highest taxonomic rank, grouping organism by cellular and genetic structure. Yan po yung pinakamataas na taxonomic rank. Second, domains include groups like bacteria and eukarya. Correct. Actually, meron tayong 3 domains. Hindi lang po bacteria. Meron tayong bacteria, eukarya, and the archaea. So, pero totoo yung letter C. Letter D, domain groups organism with fundamental cellular differences. So, nag-group yung mga organism dito according their cellular differences, especially for eukarya. Okay, they are multicellular. So, yung letter B is a lie. Domain is the smallest group in classification. No, actually, siya yung pinaka-broad. Ayan. So, ano po group? Keep the box or give the box? What is your decision? Ayan, keep the box daw. Correct. You have plus 1,000 points. Ayan. So, matutuwa yung mga bata pag ganito. Anyway, papalitan ko naman yung points dito. Baka mapalat ng mga bata ko. Yung may mga section pa kasi hindi na Anyway, next word we have before that, okay, balikan natin yung domain. Ayan. So, base sa akin nasabi kanina, meron tayong 3 domains. Okay, the 3-domain classification system is proposed by the American microbiologist and molecular biologist Carl Woese in the late 20th century. It categorizes all living organisms into 3 major domains based on molecular data, mainly ribosomal RNA sequence. So, yung 3 domains pala is na classify ni Carl Woese according to their genetic characteristics. So, meron tayong 3 domain, the bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. Let's start with bacteria. So, the first domain of organism is the bacteria, diverse group of single-celled microorganism. Cells are prokaryotic. When you say prokaryotic, no cell, no true nucleus. Sa kanilang cell, wala silang nucleus. Okay, found in various habitats like soil, water inside other organism. Okay, ito yung pinaka-diverse na group din. Okay, kasi mostly makikita natin sila kung saan-saan lang. And they are naka-classify sila according to their shape. Play important roles in nutrient cycling, decomposition, and symbiotic relationship. Okay, next, the eukarya. Ito naman ay isa sa mga broad domain. Organisms with eukaryotic cells. Cells with membrane-bound organelles and a true nucleus. So, doon sa kanilang cell, meron silang nucleus. And then, yung lahat yung mga organelles ng cell is membrane-bound. Okay, includes protists, fungi, plants, and animals. So, ito yung example ng eukarya. Contains both unicellular and multicellular organism. Very diverse group with many different life forms. Okay. Next, what about the archaea? So, sa archaea naman, composed of single-celled microorganism genetically and biochemically different from bacteria and eukaryotes. Known for surviving in extreme environments. Ito naman yung mga organism na nagso-survive sa mga extreme like high temperatures, acidity, salinity. Often found in hot springs, salt lakes, and deep ocean vents. Okay, so tandaan natin yung three domains. Bacteria, archaea, eukarya. Okay, so next. Back tayo. Ayan. So, okay na naman tayo dito. Next, we have the kingdom. Ayan. So, hahanapin natin yung lie. Saan kaya dyan? For the first statement, kingdom is a rank just below domain that groups all life with shared structures. B, plants and animals belong to different kingdoms. C, kingdom groups organisms that can interbreed to produce fertile organism. D, kingdom is one of the highest taxonomic ranks. So, saan ang lie? Correct. Yung tatlo ang ating A, B, and D ang ating truth. So, kingdom is a rank just below domain. So, sunod na mataas ang kingdom. Under siya ng domain. Plants and animals belong to different kingdoms. Tama, di ba? Kanina, kingdom, plante, kingdom, animalia. Magkaiba. And then, kingdom is one of the highest taxonomic ranks. Correct. One of the highest. Hindi naman sinabing highest, one of the highest. So, yung letter C is a lie. Kingdom groups organism that can interbreed. Hindi po. Okay, hindi pwedeng mag-interbreed lahat ng organism belong to the same kingdom. Okay, kailangan same species yung pwedeng mag-interbreed. Okay, hindi pwedeng dog and cat. Okay, so yung cat and a cat, pwede pa. Okay, pero a dog and a cat, hindi pwede. Ano, so lie siya. Next, are you going to keep the box or give the box? So, let's see. Oh my God. It's a minus points. So, next, phylum. Okay. So, for phylum, hanapin natin yung lie diyan. For first statement, phylum groups organism with similar body plans or structures. Phylum is below kingdom in classification. Scientists use phylum to categorize types of living things, or phylum is the most specific taxonomic rank. Correct. Okay, A, B, C is the truth. So, phylum groups organism with similar body plans or structure. Like for example, okay, lahat po sa animals na may backbone is in the same phylum. They belong to phylum Chordates. Okay, tama 'yon. Phylum is below kingdom in classification. Tama. Sunod na mataas. Okay, sunod sa kingdom ang phylum. Scientists use phylum to categorize types of living things. Tama din. But letter D, phylum is the most specific taxonomic rank. No, hindi po yun totoo. Kasi ang most specific is the species. Yung pinaka-ilalim. Okay, next. Give the box or give the box? Okay, correct. And sige. Next, we have class. Saan dyan ang truth and lie? Ayan, correct. A, B, and D is the truth. So, class groups organism with more specific characteristics than phylum. Tama, more specific kasi ang class compare sa phylum. And then, we have class consists of several orders. Tama. Okay, merong under po ng class ang order. And then, classes below phylum in taxonomic rank. Tama yon. Nasa ibaba ng phylum ang class. Pero yung letter C, class is the broadest classification level. No. Kakadiscuss pa lang natin that domain is the broadest. Ano? So, it's a lie. Okay, so ano pa ba yung class? Okay, for example, sa atin, class Mammalia. Okay, so ang class Mammalia, meron siyang ability or meron siyang characteristics. Yung mga mammals, they produce milk. Okay. So, next. Give the box or give the box? Ayan. So, dapat nag-give the box na lang kayo. Next, order. So, saan dyan yung truth and a lie? Correct. Ayan. Order groups organism more closely related than in class. Order organizes organism by specific behaviors and characteristics. Order consists of several families, which is true. So, doon sa atin, order groups organism more closely related than class. Okay, so, nasa baba po ng class yung order. And order groups animals in a class that have more things in common. Ano ba yung example niyan? For example, paano ba nag-group yung mga animals under order? Ano ba yung mga pinagbabasihan natin? Anong mga characteristics? Like for example, cats and dogs. Okay, in the same order sila. Ano yung similarities nila? Okay, they tend to eat meats. Okay, kaya nasa isang order sila. Order Carnivora. Okay. Order organizes organism by specific behaviors and characteristics. Tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, may similar behavior and characteristics. Tulad ng dogs and cats na kumakain ng meat. Order consists of several families. Madaming families itong ating order. And then, letter D, order is higher than kingdom? No. Mas mababa po ang order compare sa kingdom. So, are you going to keep the backs or give the backs? Ayan. So, next, family. Nandyan ang truth and the lie. Ayan. So, ang truth po natin is A, B, and D. Family groups organism with similar body structures and behaviors. Okay. Ano ba yan? Family is an even smaller group where animals are closely related. Like, for example, lions, tigers, cats. Okay. So, yung mga big cats and small cats, nasa isang family lang sila. Okay. Kasi, they share similar body structure and behavior. Pero yung big cats and small cats, they have different genus. Mas bababa naman ang genus compare sa family. Okay. Next, family consists of several genera or the genus. Okay. Family helps scientists study closely related groups of organisms. Tama naman, tinutulungan mga scientists. Family is broader than order. No, mas malawak po ang order compare sa family. Next, we have the genus. Okay. So, saan po diyan yung truth and the lie? Ayan. So, na-discuss na naman natin yung genus kanina, sa vocabulary. Genus consists of several related species. Truth. Okay. Kanina yung mga Feliscatus, Feliscios, it consists of several related species. Genus is below family in classification. Nasa baba nga naman ng family ang genus. Tama. Species is the same Species in the same genus share many characteristics. Tama. Okay, yung ating Feliscatus, Feliscios, Felis nigripes, they share many characteristics. Kaya nga mga small cats na yun, magkakaparehas ang genus. Or letter B, genus is more specific than species, which is a lie. Actually, sa buong taxonomic rank, species ang pinaka-specific, hindi po genus. Okay, next. Species is the most specific taxonomic level. Correct. Tama, diba? So, saan kaya dito yung mga truth? Ayan, A, B, D. So, species groups organism that can interbred and produce fertile offspring. Correct naman. They can interbreed. They can reproduce. And then, members of species share genetic similarities. Tama. Okay, species includes organism from different genera. No, hindi po pwede. Like for example, okay, ang ating Panthera. Okay, iba yung genus niya. And then Felis. Hindi pwede pong yung species is parehas pag magkaiba yung kanilang genus. Napakalayo. Okay, tingnan natin ang house cat at ang lion. Magkaparehas ba? Hindi, diga. Napakaiba. Okay, so, ayan. So, last, we have scientific name. Saan dyan yung truth about scientific name? Ayan. So, scientific name has two parts. Tama. The genus and the species, which is nakabase yan dun sa binomial nomenclature na develop ni Carolus Linnaeus. Scientific names are written in Latin and italicized. Kung babalikan natin, yung scientific names, kanina, naka-italicized. So, tuturuan ko later kayo. The species name is always written in lowercase. Tama naman. Naka-lowercase palagi. Paano ba itong mga sinasabi kong scientific names are written in Latin and italicized? The species name is always written in lowercase. Tingnan natin. Okay. So, dito po, kung mapapansin natin, okay, mali po ito actually. So, dapat ito ay italicized. Like yung aking sinabi. So, tingnan natin. Okay, na-italicize ko na. Ayan, madali lang naman i-edit kasi nandito yung PowerPoint. Okay, thanks God. Nakita natin. So, ayan. So, here, ayan po yung scientific names natin. Sa tamang pagsusulat, pag ating tong itatype like this one, dapat ang scientific names ay naka-italicize. Okay, naka-italicize. Yung unang word, the genus, laging naka-capital yung unang letter sa genus. Like for example, in Homo, yun ay genus, H is dapat nakakapital. Yun yung genus. Felis is a genus, nakakapital. And then yung Canis, a genus, nakakapital yung first letter. Sa second word, hindi yung genus ang tawag. Ang tawag natin ay species. Okay, species name. Like for example, Homo sapiens. Ang sapiens, yun yung species. Yung Homo, yun yung genus. Sa Felis catus, yun yung Felis is the genus, Catus is the species. Canis, in dogs, okay, is the genus, and Lupus is the species. Okay, so yung second word natin is the species, pero siya'y naka-small letters or lowercase. Okay, sir, paano naman po pag isusulat? Handwritten. Hindi naman po siya pwedeng i-italicize, hindi malalaman, diga? Okay, so pag handwritten, i-underline natin. Okay, pero separate, wag ide-diretso. Magkaibang underline yung genus and species na kukuha. Baka i-diretso ninyo. Okay, one underline sa Homo, which is the genus, and another line sa ating sapiens, which is the species. Okay, so Homo sapiens is the scientific name for human. Felis catus is the scientific name for domestic cat. Canis lupus is the scientific name for gray wolf or domestic dog species. Okay, nakuha. Nakuha ba? Okay. So, okay na tayo sa scientific names. Sige, balik tayo. Ayan. So, ito yung truth and this is the lie. The genus name starts with lowercase. Hindi po. Ang genus name lagi ay nag-start sa capital letter or upper case. Ang naka-lowercase po ay yung ating species. Okay, so we are done for here. So we're going, yan. Okay, swinerte. And so these are the taxonomic hierarchy. Let's start with the domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. So, yan yung ginagamit ng mga taxonomies to classify an organism. Okay, like for example, a human. Okay, ano ba siyang domain? Domain Eukarya, yeah. Kingdom animal, yeah. Phylum, anong phylum ang ating animals? Phylum chordates. Ang humans pala, anong phylum ang humans? It belongs to phylum chordates. Class Mammalia. Okay. Order primates. Anong family naman? Ano ang family ng humans? Okay. And ano ba yung family ng humans? Ayan, so, family Hominidae. And then, ano nga ang kanyang genus? Doon sa ating scientific names kanina? It's Homo. And then, ano ang kanyang species? Homo sapiens. Okay, so, ulitin natin. So, for the domain, ano ang domain ng humans? It's domain Eukarya, kingdom Animalia, phylum chordates, class ano yung class siya? Class Mammalia, order primates, ano naman sa family? Hominidae, mostly dito sa family mga anak. Meron pa akong trivia dito sa family. Mostly lagi silang nag-i-end sa AE. Okay, Hominidae. Ayan. So for the genus, okay, Homo. For the species, it's Homo sapiens. Ayan. So, next. Ayan, so quiz na tayo. So for our quiz, directions, read the question carefully and choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answer on a quarter sheet of paper. Ayan, so sige. So are you ready? So pwede naman kayong i-pause nyo kung gusto kasi pagkatapos ng question, nandun na din ang sagot. Sorry for my voice, medyo nakantok ako. So parang ayan. So next, which of the following is a correct hierarchy of a taxonomic classification from broadest to most specific? Okay, saan dyan? Ang una natin. Anong correct? It's letter? Class ba ang una? Okay, actually, ang pwede nating isagot dito, hindi rin namang C, domain, phylum, kasi ang sunod dapat sa domain ay kingdom. Kingdom, class, hindi pwede kasi ang kingdom, ang sunod dapat ay phylum. So, it's letter B, kingdom, sunod phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Next. Which taxonomic rank is the most inclusive and encompasses all other ranks? Okay. Most inclusives. Ano yan? It's letter C. It's kingdom, ano? Ayan. Next, in the scientific name, Homo sapiens, what does sapiens refer to? Ano yung sapiens doon? It's the genus or species? Letter B, ano? Species. Next, the taxonomic rank domain is used to classify organism based on, paano nga nila na-classify ni Carl Lewis yung domain? According to anatomical similarities, genetic differences, habitat, feeding habitat. Okay, it's letter B, genetic differences. Ano? Next, which kingdom in the six kingdom classification system consists of organisms that are multicellular, photosynthetic, and have cell walls made of cellulose? Ano yung kingdom na yun na photosynthetic? Of course, at letter C, Plantae. The kingdom Animalia is characterized by organisms that, ano bang characteristics ng Animalia? Okay, the letter A, are multicellular and heterotrophic. Okay, so heterotrophic po ang Animalia and autotrophic naman ang Plantae. Next, which kingdom in the six kingdom classification system includes organisms that are eukaryotic, mostly multicellular, and obtain energy through ingestion? Okay, anong kingdom kaya yun? Nag-i-ingest daw. Multicellular. Okay, it's letter C, Animalia. Okay, 8. The kingdom fungi is characterized by organism that, ano ba ang mga fungi? Photosynthetic, obtain energy through ingestion, obtain energy through absorption and have cell walls made of chitin, lack of true nucleus and are prokaryotic. Okay, it's letter C, obtain energy through absorption. They tend to depend on decaying matter. And for trivia purposes, like plants, meron din pong cell wall ang ating mga fungi made of chitin. Okay, sa animals, sa plant naman, plant rather ha, ang may cell wall natin is plant, fungi, and bacteria. Okay, so pero hindi naman lahat ng bacteria, ano? Next. 9. Which of the following three domains includes organisms that are known for their ability to thrive in extreme environments such as hot springs and deep sea vents? Ano yon? Yung mga organism na nagtatribe sa extreme environment. It's letter A, Archaea, ano? And then, next, which domain in the three-domain system includes organisms that are characterized by their diverse metabolic capabilities, including photosynthesis, decomposition, and nitrogen fixation? Ano kaya yan? It's letter B, bacteria. Bakit po, sir? Characterized by their diverse metabolic capabilities, including photosynthesis. May mga bacteria na nagpo-photosynthesize, especially yung cyanobacteria. Decomposition and nitrogen fixation. Ayan. I hope that you learned something for today. So medyo tamad na ako kasi nantok na. But anyway, hopefully may natutunan naman kahit papaano. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video.